Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And yeah, sorry about not uploading one of these about 2 weeks ago. So basically I just had some stuff to do the past 2 weeks, or like on a Saturday or Sunday. Like, yeah, literally yesterday had something to do, or basically I just went to the movies and basically just hanging out. So yeah, I just didn't have much time, but no, I should be able to at least upload some more of these. But really, to be honest, I think I'll only be able to upload one more, and then after that I won't be able to upload. Well, I should be able to upload for about a week or so, but I don't know if I'm be able to upload every day. And it'll be like the last week of this month, or like the second last week. So yeah, I really won't have much time to do then, because yeah, I'll be going somewhere else to where I can't really record at all, really, or at least have time to do all that. But yeah, today we will be looking at the Atlas and Wandering Sea. So basically we just made it back up, because yeah, I was gonna look at Clock Tower first, then this here, but you guys just said might as well look at the beginning to the end. So yeah, I'm gonna just do it this way. But yeah, hope you guys will enjoy. Just make sure you like, subscribe, and yeah, let's just get this reaction started.
Brand new whip, got no keys. Tell them my clothes, no starch, please. Soon as you can go, leave. Got M's in the bank, like yes, indeed. Cartier glasses, I won't even peek at you. Yellow Ferrari, like Pikachu. I got him waiting and watching what he gon' do. Tryna pee what I do, tryna steal my moves. 2500 for a new pair of tennis shoes, the same price.
In our previous lesson, I began our look
Okay,
into the
so-
Mages Association with the Clock Tower, the association's
here we
de facto
go.
headquarters. While it is true that much of the iconic imagery we associate with Magecraft comes
And you know,
from
I
this
think I should be good,
establishment,
'cause I
it is
think I
critical to not
remember.
forget the other two branches of the association.
Yeah, I remember most of the
Atlas
Clock
and
Tower.
the Wandering Sea. Perhaps it is easiest to think of these branches as alternate approaches.
Because yeah,
to
they do
Magecraft,
mention in
each
like
looking at mysticism
Fate
from a
Zero
fresh
2,
paradigm. Atlas, in particular, is referred to interchangeably as a temple, academy,
But this
or
is what I'm gonna look at
institute.
right here.
Another name Atlas goes by is Titan's Pit, fitting to the Titan Atlas. Despite this nomenclature being Greek, Atlas is actually comprised of Egyptian descendants of the goddess Isis. As such, this Egyptian temple has been around longer than the Clock Tower, and its researchers study one of the most ancient forms of Magecraft, alchemy. Certainly, alchemists exist outside of the temple, but Atlas holds true to a commitment to investigating the role Magecraft plays on the world at large, from a macro perspective. While this includes the swirl of the root, Atlas alchemists don't omit the importance of our universe, and seek to understand it on a more profound level, especially in regard to our future. It is perhaps because of this dedication and focus that the Atlas Temple has become known as the most independent of the association's branches, being at odds with the Clock Tower, going so far as to have its own unique relationship to the Holy Church, at times lending out its alchemists on a contractual
And I can see the
basis.
Holy Church plays a role in most of this too.
Geographically speaking, Atlas is
So,
located
yeah.
underground beneath Egypt's mountains. Within, alchemists have their own dedicated workshops and utilize laboratories built on technology unknown to the rest of the association. Structurally, it contains a system of tunnels arranged as a labyrinth, designed to make it harder for individuals to leave. In that regard, it is a one-way security system that is easy to enter and troublesome to exit, and is enforced by
So once
autonomous
you're in, you're
familiars
just
as an
in
added
there.
measure.
Bro, I ain't
As
even gonna
such,
let you
it is a
leave.
reclusive facility perfect for research that gives off an unsettling vibe, much like a tomb.
Yeah, like they just gonna
At its
make you
core is a
research.
massive
Like, yeah, you
cavern as
can't
large
leave.
as an entire town. Fitting to Atlas's design, the research conducted within is fruitful yet exclusive. Inside, geniuses uninhabited by ethics find new discoveries and build horrific weapons. They are limited only in that their ideas and creations never leave. For 2,000
Oh, well, yeah,
years,
that's why, too.
Atlas has defended this policy.
So like
In
whatever
other
they
words,
found
what
out
happens in
new, like yeah,
Atlas
nobody else can
stays in
find it
Atlas.
out.
Of course, we wouldn't be able to speak of them if such rules were absolute. As I mentioned earlier, Atlas alchemists leave the temple in order to assist the outside world. This is to fulfill the obligations detailed in 7 ancient contracts that have been lost to the organization. Of them, 4 of these contracts have been recovered and used to procure Atlas aid. While alchemy itself truly deserves its own lecture, let me for now state that Atlas's academy transcends the apparent process practiced by the Clock Tower. It is not a mere study of turning metal into gold. The origin of their alchemy can surely be traced back to Egyptian metallurgy, but such feats are shallow representations of their study. In philosophical terms, Atlas Academy is focused around humanity, evolving to solve the universe's problems. Their true strength comes from analyzing data, improving the human form to be capable of faster, more accurate calculations. Traditionally, we think of calculations being processed by the human brain, but Atlas alchemists consider the entirety of man, all 5 senses, the mind, body, and soul, to be critical to efficient analysis. To break more traditions, most Atlas alchemists aren't even conventional mages. They lack magic circuits, but don't see that as a hindrance. Their mantra, then, is we have no need to be the strongest. We create that which is the strongest. They view machines as an extension of the human body.
Oh, isn't that the girl that they, or that he just showed?
This has led Atlas toward major discoveries of the soul and the spiritron energy within the soul, which has proven useful in the creation of artificial circuits and homunculi. The most successful of these homunculi is Rani the Eighth, created by alchemist Selim
Rani?
through cutting-edge Atlas technology.
Oh yeah, I can see like the thing plugged into her hand.
Is a superior, futuristic alternative for humanity, and serves as both mage and alchemist herself. Her computational skills are unmatched, as she contains a version of Atlas's supercomputer Hermes, which we'll come back to later. If the Atlas Temple's alchemy is philosophized as humanity solving the universe's problems, then, no pun intended, one of their greatest problems is fate itself. In a broad sense, they wish to transform not just matter, but events. In pursuit of this, Atlas focuses on predicting the future. They rely heavily on the mentality of Laplace's demon, which posits that if we were to know the location and momentum of every atom in the universe, we could effectively predict the future based on the past.
Yeah, if you can know all that.
This mindset relies on accepting determinism, that all things, even those we consider to be our own choices, are effectively determined by what came before, that the universe is a maddeningly complex chain of cause and effect. Tragically, Atlas's predictions are less than optimistic. Genius alchemists, such as Atlas's first director, and Zepia Eltnam Oberon, have inevitably predicted the end of our world. This prediction has become a primary concern for many alchemists who wish to use the power of science and technology to avoid the world's end. It is a tricky process, however. These alchemists understand that creating weapons meant to save the world may very well hasten its destruction, and so they research mysteries without relying on mana. Thus, over the years, the Atlas Temple has also become a tomb for many unique mystic codes, most of which are decommissioned for being too powerful. Chief among these are the 7 superweapons, each capable of destroying the world and are never to be used. For the most part, these weapons remain secretive, but mages have come to understand the workings of 2 superweapons, Black Barrel and Logos React. Black Barrel, also called Longinus, is a conceptual weapon, a tool created around the concept of imposing lifespans. In theory, this means forcing otherwise immortal creatures to have a definite lifespan, to force mortality on the eternal. In practice, the Black Barrel's bullets are made of true ether, which can disintegrate the more conventional
and how much can you use that?
Comprises heavenly bodies.
Like, is there no cooldown? You can just infinitely use that.
While we mages know of its existence, none have been able to actually witness it. Supposedly, it takes the shape of a typical rifle, with modifications made to fashion it into a sniper rifle. The reason it's so mysterious to mages is that, while Atlas has sealed the weapon away from the rest of the association, they have entrusted it to the Holy Church as a result of their 7 contracts.
I see, like the Holy Church.
Was equipped by a church executor, CL, in order to combat.
You see, they keep on popping up.
But was ultimately never
used. This will actually help me learn more about Kide, kind of, like not too much, but a little bit, because I know they show him the most from the church.
More specifically, a CZ-75. The other known weapon was leaked quite a long time ago. Like Black Barrel, its appearance is elusive. We know of it only through its replica, a bizarre mystic code created after King Arthur's death by her devious sister, Morgan Le Fay. Its primary purpose is to seal the tremendous powers of the Holy Lance Rongominiad, leading mages to speculate that the original weapon also served a similar purpose, such as a barrier or cage. The replica is unique, however, in that it has a personality named Ad, apparently based on Sir Kay of the Round Table. Now, more Western-centric alchemy speaks of a treasure known as the Philosopher's Stone, a mystical catalyst for alchemic
Oh, the
reactions.
Philosopher.
This treasure in the
Okay.
eyes of Atlas, however, must
I just remember
undoubtedly
hearing
be
that from somewhere.
Tri-Hermes, the pseudo-spiritronic processor, a set of obelisks made of photonic crystal that function as a massive computer. It is located at the center of the Academy, and may very well be Atlas's greatest achievement, as the technology used to create it far exceeds what humanity is supposed to have attained in our modern era. While the data recorded into Tri-Hermes can only be accessed by Atlas alchemists, a copy was made for use at the Chaldea Security Organization. The copy is known as Trismegistus, the Spiritron calculation engine, and is a critical component in calculating data used in ray shifting, as well as interpreting observations made by Sheba. While the Atlas Temple has been characterized as an underground tomb, the Wandering Sea,
And here we go.
is known as the Moving Tomb. Rather than being comprised of a single group, the Wandering Sea consists of various smaller organizations throughout Northern Europe. In that regard, they were the prominent European branch prior to the Clock Tower, and have mostly stayed out of contact ever since. This can be troubling, because while the other branches have a distinct geographical location, the Wandering Sea exists within a floating mountain range that, as the name suggests, often traverses the ocean. To fully comprehend this structure, we must understand the concept of textures. These are, essentially, layers of reality that collectively make up the world. Thankfully, you're already aware of two such layers, our present physical world and the reverse side. Well, the Wandering Sea is another texture existing between the two. My personal favorite understanding of this is that textures are separate planes of reality that exist simultaneously, but are generally imperceptible to one another. Visually speaking, then, the Wandering Sea is located within a mountain range that floats about the fierce oceans of a separate plane of reality, making it by far the most mysterious branch of the association. In fact, there is but one day each year the Wandering Sea makes itself available to our texture.
Yeah, so like it
happens to
just
be December
moves
31st.
around and
It is during this time that
you really
outside
can't
mages
find
are able
it.
to interact with the Wandering Sea's residents.
you just get that rare chance to really
To do
look
so,
at, or
they
yeah,
must
like
board
look
a
at
sturdy
it
enough
and
vehicle
do
to
whatever
endure
with
the
it
torrential
until it's like
waters
gone.
and enter the only entrance, a docking area beneath the mountain. Perhaps you might be wondering, why go through all this trouble? Honestly, it seems more preferential. The mages of the Wandering Sea only care for Magecraft at its peak during the Age of Gods, and show only disdain to the modern Magecraft studied today. This is merely a generalization, though, as groups within the Wandering Sea interact with the rest of the association to varying capacities. For instance, the Prague Association is a group of traditional alchemists. Because they do not agree with Atlas's philosophy on the practice, the two groups seldom get along. In contrast, Sponheim Abbey is an institution that remains in touch with the Clock Tower. The, dare I say, raving lunatic Cornelius Alba, prior to meeting his end, was arranged to be the institution's next director. Lastly, there is the Thule Society, which studies rune magecraft. That said, it's a very selfish study, as the institution hoards the original runic scripts the craft is based on. As a result, the practice of rune magecraft in the modern era is in severe decline.
Yeah, and that's why I
Speaking,
haven't seen
the
it or at
Wandering
least
Sea
heard
is
of it
just as
much.
secretive, if not more
See, it was
so
good
than
to
Atlas,
look at
but
that.
in
What
less
episode
notoriety.
6 of this?
The
Yeah,
most
the Lessons in
active they've ever
Magecraft
been is
6.
with Chaldea, specifically in light of the hostile takeover that forced its original staff to flee. It is in this regard that they are relevant to our purposes. In summation, the Atlas Institute is an Egyptian-based underground society responsible for a very unique and advanced form of magecraft that utilizes Spiritron technology over magic circuits. While their secrets typically remain within the temple, contractual obligations to the outside world have allowed Atlas technology to spread. Their foremost goal is to overcome a mysterious threat predicted to end the world. In contrast, the Wandering Sea is another tomb of sorts that travels out of reach from the rest of the association. While Atlas is concerned with humanity's future, the Wandering Sea only truly cares about the origin and ancestry of Magecraft, and typically remains out of contact so long as worldly events do not affect them. I'll admit, this lecture has been very broad in its reach. For a change of pace, I will next speak of a more practical matter, familiars.
Oh, and that's it. So, Yeah, pretty much about it for the Atlas and Wandering Sea. So yeah, one for the future and one just for the origin. But yeah, at the same time, yeah, I don't think there's nothing too bad when yeah, because the way how I saw it, it's like, yeah, once you go in, you really can't leave. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's probably because, yeah, if they got some pretty good researchers, they don't want them to leave. But I mean, well, kind of, yeah, but nah, for the same thing, like, yeah, they don't want nothing getting leaked. Like that one thing, yeah, this right here. I think it, yeah, he said that it got leaked. So, yeah, you just wouldn't want any rumors spreading or anything getting leaked. So basically, if anybody knew about what is it, that one weapon he talked about with the lifespan, yeah, if anybody knew about that, they definitely want to go inside the Atlas and try and get all that. So, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. But yeah, like I said, the Holy Church, I be seeing them. I mean, not too much, but I can see they do play a role in either most of this or at least some of it. But yeah, if it can, yeah, I'll just keep on watching and just see, like, yeah, if it can help me out understand Kide more too, even if it's not gonna be much. Like, I pretty much understand Kide already, his position, and plus that's mainly like Holy Grail War, his type of position. But yeah, I can at least see, like, yeah, they did use those weapons back then that he uses now, those like knives or whatever. So yeah, you get to see that. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much about it. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy, make sure you like, subscribe again, and y'all see you guys in the next one.